Hello, this is me Nazmus here, and welcome to this video where I install Windows Server 2016. Windows Server 2016 Technical Preview 5. It's not released yet, but I believe this is the final technical preview of Windows Server 2016. I'll be installing the GUI version without, that means the non-command line version, so I'll have a Windows desktop. I'm just installing it just to see what the desktop environment looks like. There's some issues with Windows Server 2016 that causes some errors, such as opening up the settings app requires admission. Throws up an error saying that it can't be done in an admin account. I want to see if things like that has been fixed. Also, Microsoft Edge is not operable by default in the built-in app administrator account in Windows Server 2016 Technical Preview 4 and earlier. I want to see if that has been fixed. Also, in this, I'm not going to go over any server features at all. I might do another video later on talking about the features in Windows Server 2016, and also talk about the command line version, or there's also Nano Server. I might do a separate video about those. This is just looking at the Windows Server 2016 desktop environment and how it compares to the Windows 10 client version. So I'm going to compare Windows Server 2016 to I have Windows 10 right here. This is the, I believe I believe it might be the same build of Windows 10 that I have. So the Windows Server it's equivalent to the anniversary update to Windows 10. So Windows Server 2016 will be the same version as the anniversary update of Windows 10. This build of Windows 10 that I'm running is build 14332. I'll see what version of Windows Server I have downloaded. So if I go to my account or my not C, I want to go to the D drive. That's where I have a bigger space. And I go to my downloads folder, Windows Server 2016. I think this is 1616324. So it's a little, it's a few builds older than this build, but this is basically the anniversary edition, anniversary update of Windows 10. It's that the server version of the anniversary update of Windows 10. So I believe Windows Server will be released in conjunction with the anniversary of update with Windows 10. So it's going to be the final build of the Windows 10 anniversary update will be the RTM version of Windows Server. So let's get it installed and see what it's like. I'm going to open up the VMware. This is the virtual machine software I'm going to be using because it's my favorite one. It works the best. So VMware Workstation 212 player. It's also free. I prefer it. It's much easier to use and more convenient than Hyper-V, which is built into Windows 10. The main reason is things like getting the sound to work and stuff is much easier. In fact, there's an update for VMware. So tell you what, I'm gonna update I'm gonna update this virtual machine software, and I'm gonna come back after I have the latest version installed. I'm running VMware version 12.0. This is 12.1.1. So let's get it done. Okay. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so VMware has been installed or updated. I'm sorry, I didn't want to correct myself. Last time I said that Windows Server build was 16.384. I was mistaken. The server build is actually 14.300. I just misread the label. So there's a few, just I think 2 build older than this one. This is 14.332. Actually, it's 32 builds older, so it's not too bad. It's like a month older than the Windows 10 build I'm using, but it should give a good representation of how the server compares to the client. So I'm going to open up VMware again. Oh, Windows search is so unreliable. Or maybe, oh no, sorry, I'm unreliable because I mistyped it twice. But sometimes it does work. Windows Server does search, or Cortana sometimes doesn't work and does not find the app. Or sometimes it does find the app, but it's below the files or web search, which not web search but file search, which is very annoying. But let's see. Let's get started. Let's create a new virtual machine. I'm gonna use an ISO file from the D drive. I'm going to use Windows Server. Let me rename that folder. I don't like what I wrote here. I want to label it as 2016. No, definitely not 2019. That's way in the future. Maybe we all have a 2019 in the future, but it's not there. It's not happening yet. So Here's the ISO. It says could not detect the version. I'll just label it myself. Next, I'm going to call this Windows 10. Actually, Windows Server. We'll have to call it Windows 10 because Windows Server 2016 is not here yet. It says Hyper-V unsupported. Actually, it is here. Windows Server 2016. Good. I'm going to click Next. And I'm going to change the location. My C drive does not have enough space to do this. It does, but it's going to go in the red, and I don't want that. So I'm going to do my D drive, actually. Yes. So I'm going to do my D drive. My user folder, documents, virtual machines folder. I'm going to create a folder called Windows Server 2016, not 2116, but yeah, 2016. Next, I'm going to actually label it TP5 because I might have a later on RTM installation of Windows Server. I'll not distinguish TP5 and RTM. Even though I'll most likely delete this server when a new version of server comes out. 60 gigabytes fine. Split into multiple files. Yep, that should be good. Split into multiple files. Where do I change the each file size? Because I might need to upload it to a cloud storage provider, and sometimes they don't like really huge files. I would love to be able to change the each file size for like individual file size. Okay, so let's see. We have 2 gigs of RAM. I'm gonna give this 4 gigs of RAM actually. Yeah, actually I'll give it 3 gigs of RAM. Where is it? Memory. 4 gigs of RAM is fine. What is 4 gigs in megabytes? Let's see. 1024 times 4, 4096. Yes, that was correct. Yep, 4096. Just verified that. Let's see. Number of logical processors. 1 is fine. Let's see. Accelerate 3D graphics. 1 gigabyte RAM is okay. Everything else looks good. Close. We're going to finish this, and I will begin the process. Alright, let's get started. Hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, let's see. Okay. Yes, we need to download the VMware tools. We'll let that do in the background. Yes, there we go. So it's here. You can see the tile spilling here. It's booting from the disk. It's strange it didn't say press any key to boot from CD. Maybe it did, I missed it. Windows Server 2016 Technical Preview 5, English United States. That's the version I downloaded. US, time and currency. I didn't see Eastern time yet. I'll check that. I'll fix that later. Is there Eastern time? I don't know. It doesn't say. Yeah, so it's English in the United States. Time and currency. Oh, it's format. Sorry, not time zone yet. So install. Add copyright 2016 Microsoft Corp. All rights reserved. Setup is starting. Let's see. VMware Twill is it's getting there pretty quickly. I'm also backing up some stuff on the what do you call it? Amazon Drive. So my internet might be slower. No product key. Okay. I don't think I was given a product key when I downloaded this preview, but I haven't checked. If it doesn't activate, I'll go back to the website and check. Windows Server Standard Technical Preview 5. We need a desktop environment. In the past, I think it used to say Windows Server version number no server core, and the other was full install. Now it doesn't even say server core. This is the default. They actually highlight. They call this the anomaly. Back in the day, when Windows Server 2008, the non-GUI version was the anomaly. In fact, you couldn't do everything with the non-GUI version. Now it can do everything you need to do with the server with the non-GUI version, non-graphical user interface version. So this is the standard now. So this is what's expected to be installed. This is for the desktop experience. Microsoft does not recommend you do that. That causes bloat and more open places for vulnerability. So the less items you want your server to be more slimmer and with less items. So you minimize the risk of vulnerabilities. And yeah, oh yeah, that's the VMware user account control. What? Interesting. Okay, that was strange. Did not expect that. Okay. Oh, at least it suspended it. Okay, good. I thought, good. At least I'm glad it suspended it. Okay. So let's see. So this is the desktop experience is now the anomaly. This is not what you're supposed to do, but we're going to do this because I'm going to compare this to the client experience of Windows 10. So let's do this next. Terms of condition of pre-release software. Yes. Next. Upgrade won't work. I don't think upgrade ever works, so I don't know if you know why this option is there. It's actually there because it's just carried. This is just the exact install experience on Windows 10. They didn't bother modifying the server experience, so this just carried forward from a Windows 7 installer. So they never bothered modifying it. So I'm not sure. I don't know if you can upgrade from Windows Server 2008 R2. I'll try it once. We'll see what happens. 60 gigabytes, but I don't know if you ever want to upgrade it like this. New, full size, apply. Yes, it just said that you would create a system reserved per partition. So we'll click next and install Windows. So it's going to be a I moved this ISO and the virtual machine, the D drive, which is our spinning hard drive. So it's gonna be slower. My C drive is a solid state drive. So if I did it there, it would have been much faster. But even with the hard drive, it's not too slow, which is impressive because I think Windows has become much better at installing itself more quickly than it was previously, especially when compared to Windows Vista. So yeah, it's much better. So I'll be back after the installation is complete or nearing completion. So see you in a bit. Goodbye. Okay, so it's getting devices ready. So it's basically installing the drivers. So it's going to be here in the getting ready stage for a while because from my experience in installing Windows from scratch, it stays in getting ready for a bit. It's quite a while. In Windows 10, when you upgrade, you have a ring that shows you where you're at. Here, but clean install experience hasn't been updated since Windows 8, so there's no progress indicator here. But maybe I have spoken too soon. Maybe it is faster than I thought it's gonna be. So I see a blank screen. So I don't know. Should I stop the video? Let's see if it actually loads. Let's see. If it says getting ready, I'm gonna pause the video. But it might actually load to the blue screen, not the blue screen of death, but a blue screen of introduction or setup, where you have to type in your administrator browser account, user account. The logo went away. That's strange. Don't think I've seen that before. No getting ready signs, so maybe we should just keep it. Let's see. Wait a couple of half a minute before deciding whether to pause the recording. They haven't changed the experience. They have different install experience actually. Microsoft uses a different installer for a clean install and one for upgrade install. They have definitely modified the upgrade install a lot and modernized it a lot, but they haven't touched the clean install experience since Windows 8, and and it only the post copying file phase, like the pre-copying file phase, has been unchanged since Windows Vista. Um, but the so that needs to be updated. I don't see. I'm curious to see when Microsoft gets around to it, but I guess they have their priorities. So, customize settings. Type in an administrator password. This is the out-of-box experience for the Windows Server. So the mouse is cooperating much better. But I still have to install the VMware tools. But I'll do that after I create an account. So let's see. Hopefully it matches. Yes, it does. Okay, finalizing your settings. So in this phase, Windows 10 client, it would say, hi, thank you. We're glad you're here. Your apps are new features to get excited about, or your files are exactly where you left them. But the server, there's no time, or there's no point in being so friendly and welcoming in a server environment. So there's no hi messages, there's no get your apps from the Windows Store messages, there's no color cycle messages, just that finalizing your settings. So, but I'm curious to see if it takes us as long as it does in Windows 10. In Windows 8 and Windows 10, this part of hi, we're getting things ready for you, or download apps from the store, this color cycling message in Windows 8 and Windows 10, it takes a while actually. But let's see. Yeah, I think it should take the same amount of time in the server because it's provisioning the environment. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pause the recording. So I'll be back. Okay. I'll let you know. This is currently 9:47 p.m. So when I come back, you'll see how many minutes have passed. So it finished finalizing your setting. There was a black screen for like 3 seconds, and it says applying data or applying settings, and then it came for another second, and it came to this blue lock screen. So no friendly lock screen images, and you can't just swipe to unlock. You have to press Control Alt Delete. It's currently 10:48, so it took less than a minute, or just about a minute from the time I stopped. So not too bad for the first experience. Let's go use this 3 Control Alt Delete virtual Control Alt Delete button, because if I do it in real life it'll work, but it'll also lock my PC. I don't want that, so I'll need to type in the password. Also, no login background as expected. Welcome. Please wait for the user profile services. Yeah, I think this is the provisioning part actually. This is the part where in client it's a hi, welcome to Windows, but this is just you saw the normal classic provisioning window. I wonder how long this stays here. So there's no progress indicator. There isn't a progress indicator in the client either, but there's friendly messages like, oh, okay, we're in the desktop. So all the effects are turned off, so things like animations and dragging to showing window content while dragging is off. However, one thing I liked is now they got rid of that really ugly Arrow Basic theme from Windows Server 2008 R2, Arrow Light theme. Because remember that in Windows 8, starting in Windows 8, they enabled desktop composition. So desktop window manager. So hardware accelerated desktop window management, or desktop composition, has been enabled for all versions of Windows after Windows 8, since Windows 8. So whereas Windows 7 Server for Windows 7 Server, or Windows Server 2008 and 2008 R2 were running in classic theme with Arrow off or desktop composition off, Windows Server 2012, starting Windows 2012, even the server versions had a desktop composition on, so it couldn't run the classic theme. It had to run the Arrow theme. So, but for some reason Microsoft had a more different visual style for the server 2012 and 2012 R2, and it really looked bad. It looked horrible, really bad, and in fact even classic looked better than that theme. And I'm so glad they got rid of it, and they have unified the look and feel of the server with that of the client. I think it makes development easier. I just closed out of the server manager because I'm going to have to install VMware tools first, and they unify the look and feel of the client to the server, and I think it's great because it makes it look nicer, and more importantly, it's going to make development easier, so you don't have to do things like updates twice, because when you change something, if you have a different theme or different code, you have to actually implement it twice and test it twice, and it wasn't even saving any server resources. So it's not like that theme was any flatter than this theme. That theme was just another look and feel. It didn't help. It made life worse. It was causing more problems than help, because that had no advantages over this theme, other than requiring extra work to verify that any updates made to the client version would be compatible with the other theme. So I'm glad Microsoft deleted that horrible theme and unified the look and feel. So for now, enough rambling. I'm going to install the guest editions, and VMware, as VMware calls it, install the tools. I don't know if it crashed then, so I don't think I'll be able to do that. What happened is, yeah, remember it broke. It crashed the machine, so I don't know if it installed properly, but we'll see. And I hate this part, this change they made. I always go to view and go back to this PC view, because I don't like that quick access view actually by default. So there, I guess maybe it did get installed. Strange. Autoplay didn't load. Maybe it doesn't do that in the server, but usually it says install or run program. It doesn't just run auto run by default. That's quite strange that it did that. Maybe it is like that in server. I don't know. Or maybe I'm using an administrator account. Let's see. So next, typical is fine. Install. Copying new files. I can't wait to get it to a 1080p screen resolution, so you don't have to see a small screen, especially if you're watching this on a mobile device. It's gonna be harder to see. I'm sorry about that. I guess I could have zoomed in, but I guess I could use magnifier to zoom this in, but I'm almost done, so I should have thought about that earlier. Sorry about that for not zooming in, but since I'm rebooting now, so there's no point. Yes, restart. Stopping services. Restarting. The Windows logo. I wonder if they're gonna change the color, because this logo is the color of Windows 8, the teal color, or like a bright cyan, whereas Windows 10's logo is darker blue, or like a dark cyan, light blue, versus this bright cyan. So yeah, I wonder if they're gonna change that. I guess this boot logo is good enough for Microsoft. I doubt they want to bother changing that, but you never know. They have enough people. So yes, mouse integration is working. I could just move my mouse out, so I think I should be able to full screen this, and yes, it works. So virtual control alt delete, tap in the password. Okay, looks great. So in fact, they even have the default wallpaper in Server 2012. They have a gray background saying Server 2012 R2. Here they use the Windows wallpaper, which is interesting. Also, for the consistency's sake, I'm going to enable all the animations and visual effects to make it more like the client. It's just a one-click action. So I'm just going to go System here. If it loads. Remember, I'm using this from the hard drive, so I'm so used to using an SSD, and using a OS from the hard drive now is painful for me to use because it's way too slow. Oh, there's server manager loading, so I'm gonna minimize that for a second. Best appearance. There. Now you have the drop shadow. And a shadow under the mouse, the shadow in the menu, animations for minimizing, restoring. Much better. Okay, it's good. You have transparencies and stuff, I think. Yep, transparency here. Animations as well. This is build 14300, as you can see here. So yeah, so let's see if yes, see, this is the problem. This annoying error message comes up even though, yeah, so there's the other wallpaper here. Windows Server Technical 2016 Technical Preview 5. This is the gray wallpaper I was talking about, but yeah, I'll keep it this way. So let's see. So yeah, so this is the start menu. This is search and not Cortana. You can't enable Cortana here. If you try to, Cortana's here, but it's just not. You can't enable it. Cortana is not available for this version of Windows. I mean, the Cortana itself might not be there, but the backend, the system settings for it, the system infrastructures for it is here because this is basically Windows 10 with server stuff on it. Well, Cortana is not available in this version of Windows. So yeah, you have the basic search here. So I'm gonna search, make it show a search box to make it look more like the client. So WordPad, yeah, search works fine, and it has the newer search options here. So Paint, so you have these updated Windows 10 anniversary updated version of the search options. So you could filter from apps, settings, files. So yeah. But yeah, they haven't fixed the problem here. So if you try to open Edge, it says this can't open because there's a universal app and they can't open on the built-in administrator account. So yeah, that is not good. So I'm going to have to create a new account. No, wrong button. Crap. I'm going to have to create a new account. And other users, add someone else to this PC. That is not good. Okay. Maybe I could do it from the control panel, hopefully. If not, I'll do it from the server manager. Add a user account, so let's see, username. Finish. Okay, so I'm gonna change the account as a administrator. Because the normal administrator accounts can use the modern universal apps, but the built-in administrator account cannot. I think there's a change. It's how they work. The built-in administrator accounts work. The apps need to run in a sandbox control containers, and the built-in administrator account has problems with that. I think that's what my understanding is. So yeah. So I'm going to go back. Yeah, so this setting here isn't in the client, so this is exclusive to the server. Let me check something. So let me try that. Let me go to user account, the control panel here, and let me go to user accounts. See, it says make changes to my account in PC settings. So Even if I do manage another account, I can't change stuff here. So yeah, so that feature is exclusive to the server, I guess. So let's see. So if I click my own account on the server, so let's see. Let's do that. Yeah, see, I could do stuff like that here. I can't do that in client. So that's interesting. So I'm going to close out of this, and then I'm going to sign out and sign into the new account. Please wait for user services. So you have that provisioning again. It's gonna be quick, hopefully. Thing is, they have all the apps built in. I believe so. We're gonna see which apps are built in. There's Server Manager. Also, all the effects are off again, so I'm gonna have to change that again. System. Nope. Oh, yes. Appearance. VMware tool has modified the user interface size settings. You must log off to apply. Okay. I guess I'll do that. Relog in again. I think you noticed an animation in the lock screen. So once I enable the effects, you could see the animation, which is interesting. Okay, so it was laggy before. It's now less laggy when I drag the window. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, okay. I'm going to enable this search box again to make it more consistent with the desktop. There's task view here, so multiple desktop, everything works because it is the client version with server P features tacked onto it. We have Windows Store as usual. I wonder if, yeah, I know you can sign into the Microsoft account in the store, but I don't know if you can do that in what do you call it? In as for the account. Well, I shall see. Let me now that I'm in I'm not in the built-in administrator account. I can use stuff like Edge and stuff. So Edge works. So this is the anniversary update of Windows 10, analogous to the anniversary update to Windows 10. So yeah, Edge works, and settings now gonna throw up the error, but I think they need to fix that problem because that's annoying. Not being able to use the default browser. I know you could use Internet Explorer, but that thing's getting outdated, and yeah. So we have the settings app works. So let me see if I could convert it to a Microsoft account. You must activate Windows before you can personalize this PC. Interesting. Sign-in options. Yeah, I can't change this to Microsoft account, so you can't do that with your PC. Interesting. Yeah, I think I did get a key. I guess I wasn't paying attention there. I need to activate this. Interesting. I could personalize the PC in that built-in administrator account, but I can't do it here. Colors are blocked. Show colors and title bar. Okay. So this is before the updates that allows us to, that gives us the dark theme and separate title bar color from the start menu. So when it was an anniversary update, if I do personalize, I click display, didn't I? Okay, personalize. You can now have show color on the title bar is separate from the show color on start menu and task bar and action center. But here in the server, it's still this is before that build that changed that allowed you to separately change the title bar color. And the light and dark theme also hasn't been added by now because this build's older than the build that brought that feature to the surface. So lock screen, I can't change that yet. I wonder if Windows Spotlight's there. I can't test it. Or maybe I can. Let me switch back to the administrator account. Oh no. Can I switch without logging off? Yes, I can. Okay. Nope, wrong button. Okay. Okay, so let me go modify the personalize this again. Oh, no, I can't personalize this anymore. It's not activated. Okay, I might have to go to the website and check and download, get the product key. Let's do that now, actually. Let me go to... Oh, why did I open a new tab? That makes no sense. Okay. I don't know where the product key is. Maybe in the release notes? I don't know. Nope. It's not in the release notes. I don't know. Maybe they didn't give product key because they don't want. It doesn't matter. It's time limited anyway. So, yeah, there's nothing that you can't do without the product key. Just you can't customize this. So I'm gonna go back to my user right now. So I'm gonna sign out. Interesting. Snipping tool and paint is over there. Strange. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have store calculator. The build. The interesting. Okay. So that was a glitch right there. So calculator. Let's see what universal apps come built into Windows 10 or Windows Server. So we have calculator, Microsoft Edge, the Cortana search thing, store, and that's it. So there's no other applications. So is the Windows Journal. Windows Journal has been removed from Windows 10, the latest build. So if I tap in Windows Journal here, Windows Journal is here, as you can see. But in the latest build of Windows 10, it's gone. So it's gone. They finally removed that app. So even if I go to Windows Accessories, it's not there. So as you can see, Windows Journal is completely gone. Also, as you notice, the animation, that's new as well. Windows 10. There's a new start menu right there, animation. Yeah, this new start menu hasn't arrived at Windows Server yet. It will come later on, I believe. Yeah. So, but Windows Journal does not seem to start. Okay, that's strange. But it's gonna go away anyway, so it doesn't matter. So Windows Media Player. So Groove Music, Xbox or Groove movies and TVs are not there. But the default media player is. Again, you're not supposed to use this as a desktop environment. It's a server, so use it like a server. But you can a bit, and you can reinstall the apps that are missing. So like, if you want, you can get Groove Music. So strange. Apps are blocked. You can't get apps. That's strange. You only get music and movies. That's so weird. I am surprised. I guess they blocked. I guess you could use Windows Server Store for Business, but they literally blocked everything. You can't get apps. So that's very weird, huh? But you might be able to get the app from PowerShell. So let's see. Let me try PowerShell. Let's try PowerShell. Actually, I might need to learn PowerShell as an administrator, so you might be able to get the packages through the PowerShell. So see, as I also noticed, the user account hasn't been updated yet. So maybe I just guessed. Okay, so I guess that doesn't work, which wouldn't, because you would need a Microsoft account. Yeah, so I have to look it up. I don't know if even if it was even if I got the command correct, there's still issues because you can't just download grab package from the Windows Store. You have to actually use a Microsoft account to do stuff like that. So you have to log into your Microsoft account. So it does complicate things. So I don't think I don't think there's an easy way to just install it like you can do with package managers in Ubuntu and other Linux distributions. So yeah, so that's not gonna work. So yeah, so there's Windows Server 2016 for you, and they haven't fixed those and Edge crash. Oh, I remember this build. This build was horrible. Edge was really buggy in that build. But yeah, so they haven't fixed those administrator issues with modern apps. But yeah, there you go. Windows Server 2016, or aka Windows 10 Anniversary Update version of Windows Server 2016. It's okay. I'll look at this is not the big part. The big parts are the server features, and there's a lot of cool things going on. This is just the back end. This is the client build. This is the client on top of which the server is built. So there's no point in actually looking at stuff like this. I just wanted to compare it to Windows 10. Before I go, I might just check in the settings app. So you have display, custom skill factors set. So that's because of how VMware is working. So taskbar. They haven't removed this dialog box yet, but they will in a future build. So if I go to Windows 10, if I go to properties, it automatically opens this modern taskbar settings. They have the modern taskbar settings here, but they haven't. This build is older. In a newer build, this is going to be completely removed. And right clicking here will open up the modern PC setting. Notifications. This hasn't been updated yet. In the client, you could actually drag them around and change stuff. So if I go to the client here, you could like drag this, so rearrange that. So okay, apps and features, you can move apps to another drive. You can't do that in built-in apps, and you can't install apps, so it doesn't matter. So these are all part of the client. So storage, new apps will be installed, but if I had a second drive, it would be the option would be there. But again, the store doesn't work. So network, internet, dial-up, VPN, update and security, Windows Update, advanced settings. No Windows Insider stuff here. So because activation's off. Sideload apps, developer mode, Windows Store apps only installed. This is just a client feature. Again, Windows Store is not there. Reset and refresh and reset piece option is not there. Windows Defender offline is there. I guess not. This is disabled, so you can't use that either. So there's a feature in Windows 10 client that you could scan offline, but it won't work here. Can I open Windows Defender? Yes, Windows Defender is running, so that is here, but no offline feature. The settings there, but the actual feature is not there. Also, as I mentioned, you can't reset or refresh the PC. Windows Update, you'll only get patches. You won't get new builds. As far as I know, ease of access, time and language, set time zones automatically. That's a feature that came in Threshold 2 or version 13.11. So yeah, there you go. USB, keyboard, mouse. That's all there's to it. So yeah, this is Windows 10 or Windows Server 2016 Technical Preview 5, the Redstone version, the anniversary update. Redstone is the code name. Redstone 1 is the code name for the anniversary update of Windows 10. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. This was Windows Server. So I'm going to have more exciting videos. I'll probably do other videos that talk about stuff like the server manager and other stuff in server, and adding roles and removing roles and fun stuff using the command line. I wonder if Ubuntu, the Linux subsystem would be on the server. If it is, I'll have to definitely check that out. So that'd be interesting. I doubt it. Microsoft said they won't have it, but maybe they will. Maybe it will be there because it's built in the client version, but it might not be there. So it'll be fun to check if it is or not. If it is, it's gonna be fun running Linux stuff on the server. So it'll be fun. So yeah, so this is a video of Windows running Windows Server. So thank you for watching and have a good day. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe.